So hey friends, once again welcome back in our video series of C programming by TechBooster. So guys, in this video I have few assignments for you. So here you can see I have considered 3 assignments. So what you can do as of now, you can just pause the video here. You can go through the assignments. You can try these out from your end, and later on if you are not been able to solve these assignments, you can just resume the video and then you can check out the solutions. So as of now I will give you the solution for this assignment. And here our first assignment is to write a C program to find the area of a circle considering the radius of circle from the user. So first of all, we need to find the area of a circle where our radius will be user input. And here to find the area of circle, we need to know the formula. And our formula is pi r square. So here in this case, let me just open my code block. So here I will start with my header file. Include stdio.h. Now I will have my main function. Now from here I will start writing my code. So here first of all I need to consider my radius, and my radius can be either an integer or it can also be a real number, but I will be considering an integer here. So my data type here will be int, and let me consider r. And now let me use my printf function, enter the radius. Now as I will be considering user input, I need to use my scanf function, scanf %d, this is my format string. Now I need to use and then your r. So this will allow me to consider radius from my user. Now once you have the radius, you need to know the formula, and here in my formula I have another parameter called pi, and the value of pi is 3.14, which is nothing but a real number or floating value. So here my data type will be float, pi equals to 3.14. Okay, so once we are done here, directly we can use our formula. So in order to use my formula, what I can do, I can consider area a equals to, here as I have not defined my a, let me define my a here. Now before defining my a, let me ask you a question. What will be the data type of a? Here my formula will be pi into r, that is your r square. So what will be the data type of a here? Here my r is an integer but pi is a floating number, and you need to know, this is very important, combination of your integers will always give you an integer, but combination of your integer and float will always give you float, and combination of your float and float will also give you float. So here basically my a will be a floating number or real number. So I will consider my a here, and now I can again use my printf function, area of circle is %f, comma a. So I am done. Now let me return 0. Now once you run this program, first of all our compiler will ask us to give a radius, so let it be 5. Now you can see once you consider radius as 5, here I am considering a unit. You can also consider unit from your end. So you can see area of circle is 78.50000. So here in this case, after your point you have 6 digits, and as this is a floating number, that's the reason I have considered %f here. But here in this case, instead of considering %f, if I consider %d, you can check out what will be my answer. Now once you run, if I again enter 5 and if I press, you can see area of circle is 0. Why 0? Because we know that our a is of data type float. Now here in this case, if I consider a here in my int And if I run my program, if I again enter 5 and if I press enter, you can see here my area is 78. Now my compiler is not considering the digits after my point. Actually my answer is 78.5. So this is the difference between using your different data types. So you need to be very careful while using your data type. So here my actual data type will be your float. So basically I will use my float here. So I will use %f, and now once you run, you can see your answer is 78.500000. Now here in this case, if you want to have 2 digits after your decimal, in that case what you can do, just before your f you can write 0.2. So this is a 0.2, and now once you run this one, you can see you will be having 2 digits after your decimal, that is 78.50. Similarly, if you want to have only 1 digit after your decimal, in that case you can use 0.1, and once you run, you can see my answer is 78.5. So guys, this is our assignment 1. So once we are done, now let's move forward towards our second assignment. What is our second assignment? Write a C program to find the value of 4 to the power 4. So what is this? Is it to the power or is it something else? This is basically our XOR bitwise operator. This is not to the power. Here our answer won't be 4 to the power 4. Here basically what we are trying to do is we are trying to perform XOR bitwise operation between 4 and 4. So what will be our output here? So here in this case, let me just comment all these things. This is my multiple line comment. And here in this case, let me not use this one here. Let me comment this, but up to this particular line. Now here in this case, if I directly use, let me use %d here, and here what I will do, I will directly write 4 XOR bitwise operator 4, and once you run this one, my answer is 0. Why 0? Basically here what we know, whenever we have same input in XOR bitwise operator, our output is false. Like here in this case, if you want to convert 4 into your binary, what will be your value? It will be your 100. So basically we are performing bitwise operation between 100 and 100, and as we are having same bits, that's the reason our output here will be 0. So I hope this one is clear, because we have discussed this one in a previous video. So you need to be very careful. This is not your to the power. If you want to find 4 to the power 4, in that case we have another function called pow, which is included in our math.h header file. In order to find any to the power value, you need to use your pow function, which I will discuss in our later videos. Or also if you want, you can try this out in the same assignment. Now let's move forward and check out our third assignment. Our third assignment here is calculate gross salary from basic salary considering 20% HRA, that is your home rent allowance, 40% DA, DNS allowance, and 20% PF of basic salary. So here first of all we will be considering basic salary from our user, and then we need to add our HRA, DA and PF in our basic salary, and adding all these things will get our gross salary. So this will again be an interesting assignment for us. So what I will do, let me just delete all these lines and start writing my code from the very first line. Studio.h. Now we'll again have our main function. Now here first of all we need to consider our basic salary. So let me consider it as an integer, int basic salary. Let this be an user input, so I'll use printf function here. enter your basic salary. Now let me consider scanf percentage D address operator and then basic salary. So now here let me consider my home rent allowance. So let me consider it as a floating value. Float HRA is equal to 20% of my basic salary. So 20% is basically nothing but 0.2 into your basic salary. So now once I'm done with my home rent allowance, I need to calculate my daily allowance. So I'll just copy this particular line. I will replace this HRA with DA, and your DA is nothing but 40% of your basic salary, that is your 0.4. And then you need to calculate your PF. Again, I'll just copy that particular line and I will replace it with PF, and your PF is nothing but 12% of your basic salary. So once you have all this value, what I can do, I can consider my gross salary. Your gross salary is nothing but the addition of your basic salary plus your HRA plus your DNS allowance plus your PF, that is a provident fund. So once you have your final gross salary, you can just print this one. I'll use my printf function again and I will write your gross salary is percentage F, comma, gross salary. Okay, so once I'm done, I'll return 0 here. And finally, once you run your code here, first of all we'll have to enter our basic salary. So let my basic salary be 15,000. Now once you press enter, you can see what is the gross salary. Your gross salary is 25,800. So this is my gross salary. So guys, this is our third assignment and I hope even our third assignment is clear. So guys, with this I'll be winding this video here. In our next video we'll come up with some more interesting topics. Till then, if required, you can practice this session once again. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye and take care.